Gail's Kitchen. Today we're making my cheddar cheese bacon butter biscuit pinwheels. This is my favorite all butter flaky biscuit recipe. I've rolled it out into a rectangle and covered it with some melted butter, cheddar cheese, some cooked bacon, and some diced green onion. Rolled it up as a pinwheel, sliced them, and baked them. We begin by making our biscuit dough, and you need 2½ cups of self-rising flour in a fairly good sized bowl, 1 cup of ice cold milk, and the key to this dough is 1 stick of frozen butter. You want 4 ounces or ½ cup of frozen butter, and we're going to grate this. So I use a box grater and go along and grate this stick of butter. Look at those beautiful shavings of butter. That's what makes this dough so flaky. So that only took about a minute, and it is well worth the effort. Go ahead and freeze your stick of butter overnight, and that is what makes such a flaky biscuit dough. And now I toss the flour with the butter. I want all that butter coated with flour. And now we add 1 cup of ice cold milk to this, and this will form our biscuit dough. Just toss this with a spatula until that flour has absorbed the liquid. There's our biscuit dough. So you see that comes together in basically no time at all. We're going to generously flour our surface as well as our rolling pin. I'm going to grab up our dough, which is very sticky. I'm going to flour that just a bit. And I basically mash this down, getting flour all over it. And now we just knead it a couple times by pulling one side up, mashing it in, pull the other side, mash it in. Turn it, fold half, mash it, the other half, mash it. And you are going to need extra flour. This is my favorite biscuit recipe. Let's do this a couple more times. Making biscuits is so easy, and if you love homemade biscuits, I highly recommend this recipe. It's never failed me. And I'm going to roll this starting from the center out. A little more flour as you roll from the center out. So I've rolled this out to about 10 wide and just a little bit over 14 long. And one important thing is make sure that you can roll this up off of the surface. So I've got about 1 tablespoon of melted butter, and we are going to very generously coat this. Very, very generously. And you can tell this is going to be so good because we have that stick of butter grated in the dough. Cheese on here. I'm using cheddar. I'm going to use cheddar and bacon. You can use prosciutto. You can use some diced ham. You can use any kind of cheese you like. Use Swiss cheese if you want to cut up ham in your breakfast roll. So that's about 2 cups. And we're staying about an inch, about 1 inch off the edge all the way around. I'm adding some finely chopped spring onion to this. I just want something green in there. So that's about 1/3 cup of chopped green onion. And now bacon. I've sizzled up about 1 pound of bacon. I'm not going to use all this. I just chopped the bacon before I cooked it, and I made it crispy. But you definitely want to get your bacon cooked. So I'm using quite a bit of this. So that's how your dough should look. I can't wait to bake these. We're going to roll this starting with a long end here, not a short end. I'm just going to go ahead and cut that off right there. Now this little tool I'm using is actually one of my drywall knives. It's a nice little plastic tool. So just take it and roll it. See? So once we get this first roll done, it rolls a little easier. There we go. And slide this way, and I don't want to mash it, but I'm leaving it laying seam side down, and I'm going to go ahead and cut off these edges. Don't worry, I will bake these. As I said, I love biscuits. And now you can cut this several ways. If you have a little tool like this works great. You want to do 1-inch pieces. Just going to measure this. I landed up exactly 14 inches, and I'm going to mark this every inch. It does not have to be perfect, but I'm doing a video, so I want it to look good. You can also use just a regular knife. That's actually a steak knife. That is just beautiful, isn't it? Lay them in a 9x13 pan. Doesn't need to be greased. Now we are going to come back here and slice a little bit of butter, just a little sliver of butter, and place on each one. Now normally with biscuits we want them to actually fix that just a little. He's falling apart. We want them to actually touch each other, but I'm just spacing these pretty evenly in here in a 9x13. These are going in a 400-degree oven for 22 to 25 minutes. The kitchen will be smelling so yummy. Our bacon cheddar biscuit pinwheels just came out of the oven. They cooked for 25 minutes, and I'm going to brush them with some more melted butter. Serve them warm and slather on some more melted butter. So flaky on the inside. My favorite butter biscuit, and this is so good. Cheddar cheese, bacon, and some onion surrounded by a flaky biscuit.